The massive screen on the bridge of the ECS Defiant filled with the smirking face of the Stellar Empire's high speaker. Captain James Stone watched quietly, his hands gripping the armrests of his command chair as the alien leader addressed the galaxy. And now we turn to the amusing matter of Earth's application for membership, the high speaker said, his silver skin gleaming under the council chamber's lights. Laughter rippled through the gathered alien representatives. These humans, barely able to reach their own moon a century ago, believe they are ready to join galactic society. Stone's jaw tightened, but he kept watching. Around him, his bridge crew maintained their professionalism, though he could see the anger in their eyes. Let us examine their submission, the high speaker continued, pulling up images of Earth's older space vessels. Their ships still use chemical rockets for some operations. Their fastest vessels can barely reach 1% of light speed, and they think this qualifies them for membership. More laughter followed. Dr. Miller, the ship's chief engineer, stepped onto the bridge. Captain, you might want to see this. They're broadcasting this mockery on every frequency, even the ones they think we can't access. Let them laugh, Stone replied, his voice steady. They don't know what they're looking at. The Defiant hung in space, hidden behind Earth's moon. From the outside, it looked plain. A dark gray wedge about 300 meters long, with none of the flowing lines or crystalline structures common to alien vessels. But inside, it carried humanity's greatest technological achievements. The high speaker was now showing images of Earth's defense fleet. Look at their pitiful attempts at building warships. No energy shields, primitive targeting systems, and armor that wouldn't stop a mining laser. Should we even waste time voting on their application? Quantum core holding steady at 99.8% efficiency, sir, reported Lieutenant Owen from his engineering station. All systems nominal. Stone nodded. The aliens didn't know that deep inside the Defiant, at quantum reactor-powered systems they had never imagined. They hadn't noticed how humans had studied every piece of salvaged alien technology, taken it apart, understood it, and rebuilt it better. Their entire civilization exists in a single star system, the high speaker continued, his voice dripping with contempt. They have no colonies, no deep space stations, not even a proper mining operation beyond their asteroid belt. They are children playing with toys they don't understand. Commander Reed, Stone's first officer, handed him a tablet. United Council's response just came in, sir. You'll want to read this. Stone looked at the message and allowed himself a small smile. Well, crew, it seems we won't have to hide much longer. Earth has decided to answer their mockery. How, sir? Asked Reed. With us. Just us. Stone stood up, facing his bridge crew. The United Council has decided that instead of sending a protest, instead of trying to argue our case, we're going to show them what one human ship can do. The bridge crew exchanged excited looks. They had trained for months for this possibility, but now it was real. The Stellar Empire thinks they know everything about us. Stone continued. They've seen our old ships, our public technology, our official capabilities. But they haven't seen what human ingenuity can really do. They haven't seen our adaptive shields that grow stronger with every hit. They haven't seen our quantum-shifted weapons that ignore their defenses. They haven't seen how we've taken their cast-off technology and transformed it into something new. The high speaker was wrapping up his speech. Therefore, I move that Earth's application be rejected and that they be barred from reapplying for at least 50 standard years. Let them learn their place in the galaxy. Navigation. Stone called out, plot a course to the border worlds. Let's introduce ourselves to the galaxy properly. He sat back in his command chair. And make sure our sensor recordings are broadcasting on all frequencies. If they want to mock us in front of everyone, we'll make sure everyone sees what happens next. The Defiant's quantum engines hummed to life. As the high speaker called for the vote on Earth's rejection, humanity's answer to their mockery slipped out from behind the moon, its systems armed and ready. The galaxy was about to learn a valuable lesson about underestimating humans. News of Earth's unusual response spread quickly through the galaxy. Most alien species found it hilarious that humans would send a single ship to prove their worth. The Stellar Empire's media channels couldn't stop talking about this latest example of human foolishness. Aboard the Defiant, Captain Stone watched his crew prepare for their first major jump. The quantum engine room glowed with a soft blue light as Dr. Miller made final adjustments. "Engine status," Stone asked through the ship's comm system. "Ready to show them what we can do," Captain Miller replied, his hands moving across the control panel. "They think we're using standard faster-than-light drives. Wait until they see us quantum shift." The Defiant's quantum drive was humanity's greatest secret. Unlike normal space engines that pushed through space, this one folded space itself. The aliens thought humans were stuck with slow ships. They were wrong. "All stations, report," Commander Reed called out from her position. "Weapons ready," Lieutenant Harris said from the tactical station. "Adaptive targeting systems online." "Shields at maximum," reported Officer Turner. "Learning algorithms active and running." "Medical bay prepared for any situation," Dr. Wells confirmed from below decks. Stone stood from his command chair and looked at the main screen. Earth looked beautiful from here, blue and peaceful. "Let's give them something to really laugh about." "Navigation, start the quantum drive." The ship hummed as power flowed through its systems. Outside, space began to bend. Most alien ships glowed with bright colors when they traveled faster than light. The Defiant simply vanished. In the Stellar Empire's central monitoring station, alarms went off. The alien operators stared at their screens in confusion. "Impossible," one of them said. "The human ship. It's gone." "Gone where?" his supervisor demanded. "According to our sensors, it's everywhere." "No, that can't be right." The operator adjusted his instruments. "It's appearing and disappearing at multiple points. We can't track it." Back on the Defiant, the crew watched as stars streaked past them in ways that normal ships never saw. They weren't just moving through space. They were skipping across it like a stone on water. "Multiple alien vessels detecting us," Reed reported. "They're trying to scan us, but our quantum shifts are confusing their sensors." Stone smiled. "Good. Let them see just enough to worry about. How long until we reach the border worlds?" "At this speed, 2 hours," the navigation officer answered. "That's 1/10 the time it would take their fastest ships." The ship's eye assistant, a simple but effective program, displayed tactical information across the bridge screens. It showed hundreds of alien communications lighting up as news of the Defiant's impossible speed spread. "Sir," Reed called out, "we're getting messages from multiple alien stations. They're demanding we stop for inspection." "Send them our standard response," Stone ordered. The response was simple, a detailed record of how the Stellar Empire had mocked Earth, followed by silence. In the engine room, Miller watched his quantum core with pride. Humans hadn't just copied alien technology. They'd understood it, taken it apart, and rebuilt it better. While alien ships needed huge engines for faster-than-light travel, the Defiant's quantum core was smaller than a car. "They're scrambling ships to intercept us," Harris reported from Tactical. "Nearest group is 5 hours away at their best speed." Stone sat back in his command chair. "By then, we'll be in the border worlds. Keep broadcasting our position on all frequencies. I want everyone to see what one human ship can do." The Defiant continued its quantum jumps through space, each one demonstrating technology that the aliens had thought impossible for humans. In the ship's wake, it left confusion, worry, and the first seeds of respect. "You know what the funny thing is?" Miller's voice came over the comm. "We're not even running at full power yet." The border worlds were known for being dangerous. Pirates, smugglers, and outlaws made these spaces their home, preying on civilian ships that strayed too far from protected routes. Most people avoided this region. The Defiant was heading straight for it. Distress signal detected, Lieutenant Harris announced, his fingers moving across the tactical display. Civilian transport under attack. 3 pirate vessels, heavily armed. Captain Stone leaned forward in his command chair. "Show me." The main screen displayed a large passenger ship surrounded by 3 sleek, predatory vessels. Their weapons were already cutting through the transport's weak shields. "Sir," Commander Reed said, "this would be a perfect chance to show what we can do." Stone nodded. "Agreed. Battle stations, everyone. Let's introduce ourselves to the neighborhood." Red alert lights pulsed through the ship as crew members moved to their combat positions. In engineering, Dr. Miller activated the advanced weapon systems. "Quantum core diverted to combat configuration," Miller reported. "Adaptive shields at full power." The pirates didn't notice the Defiant at first. Their sensors, designed to spot normal ships, couldn't properly track its quantum signature. By the time they realized something was approaching, it was too late. "Open a channel to all ships," Stone ordered. "Let's do this properly." When the channel opened, Stone's voice was calm but firm. "Attention pirate vessels. This is Captain Stone of the Earth ship Defiant. Release the transport and surrender, or we will open fire." The pirates responded with laughter, just like the Stellar Empire had. "1 ship," their leader mocked. "Against 3 of us. Let's teach these humans another lesson." All 3 pirate ships turned their guns on the Defiant. Energy beams and plasma torpedoes streaked through space. "Shields holding," Officer Turner reported. "The adaptive systems are already learning their weapon patterns." Stone smiled. "Show them what 1 human ship can do." "All weapons, fire." The Defiant's response was unlike anything the pirates had seen. Its quantum-shifted weapons didn't just hit the shields, they bypassed them completely. The first pirate ship's engines exploded before they realized what was happening. "Sir, their shields are adjusting," Harris reported. "They're trying to adapt to our weapons." "Too late," Miller's voice came over the comm. "Our learning algorithms are faster. Each shot we take teaches us more about their defenses than they learn about ours." The second pirate ship tried to escape, but the Defiant's quantum engines let it appear almost instantly in its path. 1 more shot, and its weapons were disabled. The third ship, the leader's vessel, launched everything it had. The space between the ships lit up with energy weapons, but none could touch the Defiant. "Their weapons are getting less effective," Turner reported. "Our shields have fully adapted to their attack patterns." "And this," Stone ordered. The Defiant's main gun powered up. Unlike the rapid-fire weapons they used before, this was different. The quantum core channeled power into a single precise beam that cut through the pirate leader's ship like it was made of paper. "All hostile ships disabled," Harris reported. "The civilian transport is safe." When they contacted the transport ship, its captain could hardly believe what he'd seen. "1 ship," he kept saying. "You did with 1 ship what usually takes a whole battle fleet." "We're human," Stone replied simply. "We believe in quality over quantity." As the Defiant helped the transport make emergency repairs, its crew knew their actions would not go unnoticed. They had broadcast the entire battle on all frequencies, just like they had promised. Across the galaxy, alien leaders watched the recordings with growing concern. The humans they had mocked had just demonstrated combat capabilities that shouldn't have been possible, and they had done it with a single ship. Stone looked at the grateful faces of the rescued civilians on his view screen. "Send all battle data to Earth," he ordered. "Let them see that their faith in us was well placed." News of the Defiant's victory over the pirates spread faster than anyone expected. Alien trading posts buzzed with talk of the human ship that could appear and disappear at will. In bars and stations across the border worlds, people watched recordings of the battle over and over again. The Stellar Empire was not pleased. Admiral Wells stood on the bridge of his flagship, the Imperial Dawn, watching the battle footage for the 20th time. Around him, his best tactical officers pointed out things that should have been impossible. The human ship's weapons ignored shields completely, one officer said, and their own defenses grew stronger during the fight. Wells gripped the railing of his command platform. They've been hiding their true capabilities, making us think they were primitive while they developed weapons we've never seen. He turned to his communication officer. Send word to the fleet. We will escort this human vessel back to Earth. Personally. Aboard the Defiant, Captain Stone received the Empire's message with a calm smile. They're sending 5 capital ships, he told his bridge crew, including their newest flagship. They want to humiliate us. Commander Reed said, make an example of us in front of everyone. No, Stone replied. They want to study us. Learn our secrets. That's why they're sending their best ships instead of just destroying us. He stood up and looked at his crew. So let's give them a proper demonstration. Dr. Miller's voice came over the comm. Captain, I have an idea about that. Remember how we've been running at reduced power? What if we show them what full power looks like? The Empire's battle group found the Defiant waiting for them in an empty sector of space. Admiral Wells was surprised to see the human ship making no attempt to run or hide. Arrogant humans, Wells muttered. He opened a channel to the Defiant. Captain Stone, your ship has violated multiple space laws. Power down your weapons and prepare to be escorted home. Stone's response was not what Wells expected. Admiral, since you've come all this way to see our ship, why not make it interesting? We challenge you to a formal combat demonstration. Your 5 ships against our 1. Laughter erupted on the Imperial Dawn's bridge. Wells smiled coldly. You can't be serious. We are, and we'll broadcast it across every frequency, just like we've done before. Let everyone see what happens. Wells couldn't believe his luck. The humans were offering him a chance to publicly put them in their place. Very well. We accept your challenge. In 1 hour, we will begin. As the Empire's ships moved into position, Stone gathered his crew's attention. They think they're setting a trap for us. They don't realize we're setting one for them. Sir, Turner asked from his station. The Empire has been holding everyone back, keeping control through fear and limited technology. It's time to show the galaxy what's possible when you think differently. In engineering, Miller finished his preparations. Quantum core now configured for full power demonstration. All limiters removed. The Empire's ships formed a perfect attack formation. Their golden hulls gleamed in the starlight, each one bigger than the Defiant by several times. Admiral Wells was already planning how he would describe his victory in his reports. All Empire ships in position, Harris reported. They're powering up weapons. Stone took his seat. Send a message to Earth. Tell them the demonstration is about to begin. He looked at the massive ships surrounding his vessel. It's time to show the galaxy why you should never underestimate human ingenuity. The space around them grew quiet. Thousands of alien ships and stations tuned in to watch. The Empire's mighty fleet against one human ship. Nobody expected what was about to happen next. The demonstration began with Admiral Wells ordering all 5 Imperial ships to fire at once. The space around the Defiant lit up with hundreds of energy beams and plasma torpedoes. Many alien observers thought this would be the end of the human ship. They were wrong. Multiple weapons incoming, Harris reported calmly from his tactical station. Adaptive shields engaging. The Defiant didn't try to dodge. Instead, it let every shot hit its shields. But instead of breaking, the shields glowed brighter with each impact. Shield strength increasing, Turner announced, now at 120% of normal capacity. The attacks are making us stronger. Admiral Wells couldn't believe what he was seeing. Impossible. All ships increase power to maximum. The Empire's ships poured more energy into their attacks, their golden hulls glowing with power. The Defiant's shields now shone like a small sun, absorbing everything thrown at them. Shield strength at 200% and rising, Turner reported. We can now use their own energy against them. Stone nodded. Show them what we can do with their power. Miller, activate the quantum mirror system. In engineering, Miller grinned as he engaged the new system. The Defiant's shield suddenly released all the stored energy, sending it back at the Imperial ships in a massive wave. Their own attack patterns, perfectly copied and amplified, crashed against their shields. Two of the Empire's ships lost shields completely. Another one's weapons went offline. Admiral Wells watched in horror as his perfect formation fell apart. "Now for the next lesson," Stone said. "Show them our quantum jump capability at full power." The Defiant vanished, not just once, but seemingly dozens of times. Quantum echoes of the ship appeared all around the Imperial fleet, each one looking exactly like the real thing. "What trickery is this?" Wells demanded. His sensors couldn't tell which Defiant was real. Every time they tried to target one, it vanished and appeared somewhere else. "Their confusion is total," Reed reported with satisfaction. "They can't track us." Each quantum echo of the Defiant fired precisely targeted shots, not to destroy, but to disable. One Imperial ship lost its engines. Another found its command systems scrambled. The third had its weapon systems locked down by a computer virus that seemed to come from nowhere. "How?" Wells screamed over the open channel. "How is this possible?" Stone's voice came back calm and clear. "Because we didn't follow your rules, Admiral. We didn't accept your limitations. We looked at technology differently." The Defiant suddenly appeared right in front of the Imperial flagship. At this range, Wells could see every detail of the human ship. It looked so simple, so basic compared to his golden vessel. Yet it had just defeated his entire battle group. "Final demonstration," Stone ordered. "Miller, show them the quantum lance." A single beam of energy, twisted through quantum space itself, shot from the Defiant. It passed straight through the Imperial flagship's shields like they didn't exist. With surgical precision, it cut power to their bridge systems, leaving them helpless but unharmed. "This is the difference between us," Stone broadcast to all watching. "You build bigger ships with more guns. We build smarter ships with better technology. You focus on looking powerful. We focus on being powerful." The demonstration was over. All 5 Imperial ships floated powerless in space, their crews shocked into silence. The Defiant hadn't destroyed any of them. It didn't need to. The message was clear. Across the galaxy, thousands of alien species watched in amazement. The Empire's best ships had been defeated by a single human vessel, and now everyone knew it wasn't luck or trickery. It was human ingenuity unleashed. While the Empire's ships were disabled, the Defiant's crew made an unexpected discovery. Their computer systems had found something strange in the Imperial Dawn's database. "Captain, you need to see this," Commander Reed called out, her voice urgent. "Our virus didn't just shut down their systems. It opened their sealed records." Stone left his command chair and looked at Reed's screen. His eyes widened as he read. "Download everything. Miller, I want you to verify this data." The information was shocking. For centuries, the Empire hadn't just been mocking younger species, they had been actively holding them back. Their technological advisors, sent to help developing worlds, were actually making sure no one developed certain technologies. "Look at this," Miller said over the comm. They deliberately introduced flaws in faster-than-light drive designs, made everyone think these flaws were natural limits. That's why no one else tried our quantum approach. Harris spoke up from Tactical. "Sir, there's more. They sabotaged weapon research too. Every time a species got close to developing adaptive shields or quantum weapons, the Empire arranged accidents." Stone's face hardened. "They've been playing everyone for fools, keeping the galaxy primitive while pretending to be advanced." He turned to his communication officer. "Start broadcasting this data on all frequencies. Let everyone see the truth." On the Imperial Dawn, Admiral Wells watched in horror as his Empire's greatest secret spread across the galaxy. "Stop them," he ordered, but his crew couldn't do anything. Their systems were still locked down. "This explains so much," Reed said, reading through more files. Earth succeeded because we were isolated. They never got a chance to sabotage our research. We developed everything ourselves. The data showed hundreds of cases where the Empire had interfered with other species. Promising scientists disappeared. Research stations had mysterious accidents. Entire projects were shut down because of fake safety concerns. "Sir," Turner reported from his station, "we're getting responses from across the galaxy. Other species are confirming our data. They're finding evidence of Imperial interference in their own records." Stone opened a channel to Admiral Wells. Was staying in power really worth holding back the entire galaxy's progress? Wells's face was pale on the screen. "You don't understand. If everyone had advanced technology, there would be chaos. We maintained order." "No," Stone replied. "You maintained control. There's a difference." He turned to his crew. "Send everything we've found to Earth. The United Council needs to see this." Messages poured in from dozens of species. Many had suspected the Empire's interference, but never had proof. Now they had it, broadcast across every frequency, impossible to deny. "Captain," Miller called from engineering, "I've analyzed their technical database. The Empire's ships aren't even as advanced as they pretend. They use size and numbers to look powerful, but their basic technology hasn't improved in centuries." Stone nodded. "Because if they actually develop new technologies, others might copy them. So they stagnated, and forced everyone else to stagnate too." More ships were arriving in the area now. Not Imperial ships, but vessels from other species, coming to see for themselves. They found the mighty Empire's fleet disabled by a single human ship, and the proof of centuries of lies spreading across the galaxy. "Sir," Reed said quietly, "what happens now?" Stone looked at the growing fleet of alien ships around them. Some were angry at the Empire. Others were excited about finally being free to develop their own technology. All of them were looking at the Defiant with new respect. "Now," Stone said, "we show them a better way. Not control through suppression, but progress through cooperation." He smiled. "After all, imagine what the galaxy could achieve if we all worked together instead of holding each other back." 3 months after the Defiance demonstration, the galaxy had changed more than anyone could have imagined. The Great Hall of the Galactic Council looked very different now. Where the Empire's representatives once sat in their golden chairs, delegates from Earth and other younger species now took their places. Captain Stone stood at the speaker's podium, addressing representatives from over 200 worlds. The same aliens who had laughed at Earth's application now listened to every word with respect. "The age of suppression is over," Stone declared. "Today, we begin the Galaxy Development Initiative. Earth will share our quantum technology with all species who wish to advance." In the audience, Admiral Wells watched from a simple chair, no longer wearing his Imperial uniform. Most of the Empire's leadership had been removed from power after the truth about their technological suppression became known. "But we offer more than just technology," Stone continued. "We offer a new way of thinking. Each species sees problems differently, solves challenges in unique ways. Together, we can achieve things the Empire never dreamed possible." Dr. Miller stood next to a holographic display, showing the schematics of the Defiance quantum systems. "Already, other species have improved our designs," he explained. "The Centauri found a way to make quantum engines 30% more efficient. The Rigelians enhanced our shield technology." Commander Reed, now Earth's Chief of Galactic Relations, stepped forward. "In just 3 months, species working together have made more progress than the Empire allowed in centuries. This is the power of free cooperation." The Defiant itself hung in space above the Council world, but it was no longer alone. Ships of all sizes and designs surrounded it, each incorporating new quantum technology in their own unique ways. Some were faster, others more powerful, each reflecting their builder's culture and ideas. "Look at what we've achieved already," Stone said, gesturing to a series of displays. "Quantum medical technology saving lives across the galaxy. new defense systems protecting civilian ships from pirates, faster travel connecting distant worlds. And this is just the beginning. The council chamber erupted in applause. Species that had once been bitter rivals were now working together, sharing discoveries and building on each other's ideas. The Empire was wrong, Stone declared. Progress doesn't bring chaos, it brings opportunity. Innovation doesn't need control, it needs freedom. Miller's voice came through Stone's communicator. Sir, the first graduating class is ready. Stone smiled. The Space Technology Academy, hastily established after the Empire's fall, had just completed training its first group of engineers from 30 different species. Remember how this started? Stone asked the assembly. With mockery. With the belief that humans were too primitive to join galactic society. Now look at us all. The main screen showed ships of the new combined fleet performing quantum jumps in perfect formation. Each vessel represented a different species, all working together, all using technology that the Empire had once forbidden. One ship changed the galaxy, Stone said, not through force, but by showing what's possible when you think differently, when you refuse to accept artificial limits, when you dare to imagine better. The Council voted unanimously to accept Earth's proposal for open technological development. The new era of cooperation was officially beginning. Later, back aboard the Defiant, Stone looked out at the changed galaxy. Trading ships quantum jumped between stars. New research stations studied technologies that would have been forbidden months ago. Species that never trusted each other were building projects together. Quite a change from when they were all laughing at us, Reed said, joining him at the viewport. Stone nodded. The best revenge isn't making others feel small. It's helping everyone grow bigger together. The Defiant's quantum engine hummed softly as they prepared to head home. They had come to prove humanity's worth to the galaxy. Instead, they had helped the galaxy prove its worth to itself.